Recent footage has surfaced showing a Russian FPV drone destroying a British Challenger 2 tank, debunking the British claims of its invincibility. The Challenger 2, provided to Ukraine by the UK, was taken out by the drone in the Kursk region, where intense fighting has been ongoing. This marks another blow to the reputation of the British tank in the conflict. Russian analysts suggest that the very presence of Ukrainian forces, particularly fresh NATO reserves, in the Kursk area underscores the enemy's determination to hold onto positions in Russian-controlled territory. The enemy has thrown in reinforcements and NATO armor, putting up fierce resistance, reports the Russian outlet Svobodnaya Pressa. Rumors among Ukrainian troops indicate they are holding out until January 20th, anticipating the inauguration of US President Donald Trump, with some hoping that his return to office might bring new strategies and support for Ukraine. The expectation is that the new old US president will ensure that the Ukrainian armed forces can fight even on imperial soil, going down in history as the first military to successfully infiltrate a nuclear superpower, says the report. This is the second Challenger 2 tank to be destroyed in the Kursk area, and the third overall since the UK delivered a total of 14 units to Ukraine. Earlier, another Challenger 2 was destroyed on the Ukrainian front, where it was left abandoned on the battlefield after being burned beyond recognition. The damage was so severe that it could not be transported to Red Square in Moscow, where Russia showcases captured Western military equipment. It remains unclear whether Ukraine has sent additional Challenger 2 tanks to the Kursk region. Still, with winter approaching and the soil becoming wetter and softer, the British tanks' mobility problems are expected to worsen. At the start of this year, The Sun reported that the Challenger 2 often becomes immobile in Ukraine's fertile black soil. This situation continues to plague the heavy armor. A British reporter, embedded with Ukrainian forces, vividly captured the issues faced by these tanks in the Ukrainian terrain. In one report, he describes the sight of the massive Challenger 2 bogged down in rich, dark soil, its tracks struggling to maintain traction. As the tank attempts to climb a slope, the engine pushes for more power to keep moving, but the added strain is too much for the machine, with the tank's treads already gripping the soft earth too tightly. The biggest problem for the Challenger 2 in Ukraine is getting stuck in the mud, the reporter explains. The soil consists of deep, soft patches of fertile black earth, which continues to impede the tank's movement. The situation grows more dire as the tank sinks deeper into the mud, with rising water levels threatening to submerge the chassis. The crew can only hope that the tank does not become so entrenched that recovery would be impossible. The Challenger 2, delivered as part of Western military aid to Ukraine, is equipped with advanced weaponry and armor, offering significant firepower. However, operational challenges have emerged on the Ukrainian battlefield. According to the UK Ministry of Defence, the delivery of these tanks has been completed. The tank boasts a 120mm L30A1 rifled gun, which sets it apart from most NATO tanks that typically use smoothbore guns. The L30A1 is renowned for its precision and range, with Ukrainian operators calling it a sniper gun, because of its impressive ability to hit targets up to 4.5 kilometers away. This gives the Challenger 2 an edge in long-range engagements, making it effective against armored threats. However, its effectiveness still depends on the quality of fire control systems and battlefield conditions. Its armor is another key feature, utilizing Chobham composite armor, which offers strong protection against most conventional munitions. Despite its durability, the tank's 64-ton weight, comparable to the latest versions of the Leopard 2 and M1 Abrams, compromises its mobility. This becomes problematic in the frequently muddy and uneven terrain of Ukraine, where the Challenger 2 has had difficulties maneuvering and has become stuck in softer soils. In terms of armament, the Challenger 2 is also equipped with a 7.62 mm coaxial machine gun and a close-range defensive weapon, but it lacks ammunition suitable for fighting infantry. This limits its effectiveness in engagements against foot soldiers, making the tank primarily suited for combat against other tanks and armored vehicles, while infantry requires specialized artillery or other support units. Despite demonstrating impressive performance in certain battle situations, the operational readiness of the Challenger 2 in Ukraine has been hindered by logistical and mechanical issues. The slow delivery of spare parts and the frequent mechanical failures have reduced the number of tanks in active service. By mid-2024, only half of the delivered Challenger 2 tanks were operational. In conclusion, the Challenger 2 is a powerful military asset with exceptional firepower and protection. However, its operational challenges, such as limited mobility and a lack of infantry fighting capabilities, make it less versatile in the context of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine.